What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy, Super Mama Amy, and I'm glad you spared time. Please watch Essentials of a Super Mama and the Super Mama rebrand introduction to get to understand why I call myself Super Mama. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. As you now see, and as you know now, there's a lot in store for all of us. In this special episode, of course, all episodes on this channel are special. I'll be showing us how to store breast milk. Cheaper options, probably, on how you could store breast milk here and there. I'm hoping by now that you've already watched Expressing Breast Milk. Yes, you've watched nipple issues, you've watched every other video you see the word breast milk in it. I hope you have watched it because this is just a continuation and I hope you learn one or two things. So I talked about expressing breast milk, and I said it was cheap, it was safe to do so. So don't have engorged breasts. Please watch nipple issues, emergency nipple imepasuka to get to understand what that means. So don't have engorged breasts because you fear expressing milk. I've told you it's safe. Please watch that video just to get some guidance on how to go about it. And some of you have been inboxing me, asking me the prices of a breast pump. In Kenya, I think you'd get anything good you get from around 600 Kenyan shillings to anything up to around 5,000 bob or 6,000 bob, depending on the brand again. Brand. The brand you are buying. That is around $6 to $60. Anything. It depends with your affordability. The affordability and your pocket. Oh. Pocket. Okay. Okay, so you have expressed your milk. Baby is not taking it anytime soon, so you want to store. First, I want to tell you, well done for thinking about preserving milk for baby. If you do not have refrigeration, probably, and you're thinking you want to go out, flexibility, watch videos on expressing milk. You'll get to understand some of the reasons why I express milk, and maybe you could relate. But you don't have refrigeration and you are wondering, is this mine? Yes. You can express milk and keep it out in room temperature, and to be safe for baby to use anything within 5 and 6 hours. Yes, it can it can stay on the counter, it can stay in room temperature for up to 6 hours, and it will still have the nutritional values which need to be. So don't stress. But just in case you want to store it and you're thinking you have a refrigerator or a freezer and you're thinking, what are my options? Some of the options which I have which work for me, some which you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked to know. One thing you must know, one thing you must keep in mind is ensure whatever you take to the fridge or freezer is airtight. Airtight. So for me, I have these storage bags, which I use to store milk. They look like this. One of them looks like this. I don't know if you'll see. One of them looks like this, and when you're to use, you just stir on top here, then you pour milk. It will form a conical shape. When milk gets in, don't be surprised. Unfortunately, production challenges. I don't have anybody to help me shoot. I might not be able to demonstrate editing challenges, but I am working on it. I am working on it. But you get it. Meanwhile, we will do theory. You get it, right? Also, you could get storage cups. Storage cups are tumbler. They look like tumblers, but with the lids. They look like tumblers with lids. You could get this. These things you can get them in a supermarket. I think they are available in any supermarket. You could get them in any baby shop. A good baby shop should have storage containers. and storage bags. But also, this is what Super Mama Amy has had to make do. You remember the story of this story of these cups? Yes, watch how I manage without um a nanny, then you will see the origin of these cups. So I sent Bear to get storage cups. He thought they were quite expensive. Or rather, he didn't get them, or he got confused. He didn't see a difference between these ones and the tumblers. So he came with 20 of these ones because he found, and he was so happy. He was happy explaining them to me. The way he saw it was 30 shillings, and the other one, same material. And it goes for, if you calculate the price, it goes for around $1.2 for each. Then he decided this is better. But the problem with this one, they have this ini munyonyi ya ocha. Munyonyi. They have 3 holes on top here. So I thought to myself, well, he has brought them. What do I do? A supportive wife. I will make do, because by that time I had exhausted all my bags, and I was thinking about, we need storage cups so that bags are not reusable by the way. You use once and that's it. So we needed cups, but it was evening and stuff like that, and I decided, let me find a way of covering this top, because remember I said it must be airtight. Hey, necessity is the mother of invention. This is around 240 ml. And as I continue, I'll just be giving you some of the things to put in to knot while you're storing. So I decided, why not? I will put little milk here and cover the top with a kitchen tape. The things you go through as a mother. Well, they were here, so this helped. And another thing you can use again is feeding bottles. Watch this video to the end. You will get all the do's and don'ts of using a bottle with a nipple and stuff like that. These bottles, again, story for everything. I got them online. They were selling quite cheaply. And I when they arrived, I was in the moment of, I found myself in what you ordered versus what you received. They were not the quality I expected they would be. And of course, the nipple was not very good to encourage someone to put in their baby's mouth. They are very light. And this family, we don't want colic. By the way, if you have not watched my videos on how I kept colic away from my babies and also raising colic free babies, one of the things that could make your child have gas and so develop issues is the type of nipple bottle feeding bottle nipple. This one, this is called nipple also. That could make your child get in a lot of gas while they're feeding. Just in case you're bottle feeding, you're giving formula, ensure you get the right bottle. A good nipple from a good brand will help you prevent colic, by the way. So when these bottles arrived, and I had 6 of them again, but they were not, I was not going to use them on baby. I decided, let me store them, maybe I'll find use. Voila, an opportunity provided itself when I needed to store milk. Definitely this came in handy. So if you're there, you're thinking storage cups, storage bags, they are very far from you, use these ones if you can afford. This ones cost 30 Kenyan shillings. That is around $0.27. Imagine. We must save one another, oh, if this will work for you. So I will quickly just explain. The advantage of storage bags is that they are pre-sterilized. You don't need to wash them or anything. You just unwrap and you pour in the milk, and you'll be good to go. That is sterilized bags. Storage cups, you might need to rinse them here and there and maybe sterilize, because probably people passed through and they were touching them and all that. If you are using nipple, a bottle with a nipple, this one, feeding bottles in short, you will need to sterilize and ensure you don't store it in your fridge or freezer open like this. You have to cover it, or at least remove the nipple and replace with this cover, this top, so that the bottle is airtight. Those are some of the challenges you might have. And of course, this one, you have to cover, ensure it's airtight. If you don't put in the fridge or freezer your storage item, if it's not airtight, you will have trouble. You will have trouble. And do you want trouble? So, whatever means you choose to use, I just want to tell you it is safe, it is okay. You can use anything, just ensure it is airtight, it is clean. When you're using containers, and even the ones you buy, when you use containers, you will have to ensure they're sterilized, well, hygiene top notch, because this is handling breast milk. Oh, it could go bad. But anyway, for your child, you have to be careful. Another thing you must note before I go into the details of how to store, now that we're talking about storage items, is you store in small portions. If you can get storage bags have smaller, they have demarcation storage bags. Let me just show you again. Let me just show you. Sorry, taking a while. They are labeled, yeah, labeled here like this. Milliliters. This is the quantity of milk. You might want to store in small portions. And again, this you will only know how much your child takes if you expressing milk has a lot of advantages. By the way, dear mothers. So store in small portions because one, breast milk expands when it freezes. So you don't want it to expand and there's no room. Don't fill your container to the brim. Do not fill. If it's this bottle you've decided to use, this one is also demarcated, which is good. You put it up to somewhere here because breast milk will expand. Again, this one's again, don't fill. This one is 240 ml. I doubt you'll be producing 240 ml now one show, but you might want to put it in small portions for these reasons that I will share. Yeah? For the reasons which I will share as we continue. So, those are just some of the items you could use to store milk. Now, how do you store? You have your containers, you have expressed. How do you store? I've told you number one, if you do not have fridge refrigeration services, breast milk is good. It could stay for up to 6 hours in room temperature without refrigeration. But you might want to warm it a little with, of course, you boil water. You boil water, then you put it inside in the container. You don't put it on a sufuria or pan to warm. Breast milk, no. You dip. I know you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I wish you warm water, then you dip this in the warm water, the container already. You could have your bottle, feeding bottle there. Unaiingiza tu kwa maji moto. Hiyo ndo ninasema wamama, unaiingiza kwa maji moto kama iko kwa chupa ya kunyonya. Usitoe maziwa kwa chupa ati unachemsha kwa sufuria. Lakini hata itakuwa kidogo, inaweza potelea kwa sufuria. But this is how you warm. That hivyo tu ndo una warm, eh? You get it. And then if you kama uko na fridge, I might need to continue in Swahili so we understand each other. If you have a fridge, you can put breast milk in the fridge for up to 4 days. 4-5 days, breast milk will still be good. So don't stress. If you have fridge only, you can put breast milk in the fridge for up to 4 days or 5 days. It will still be good. If you have a freezer or your fridge has a freezer, then you could put breast milk in the fridge or freezer for up to 5 months. The breast will still be good. Breast milk will still be good. But if you choose to go for a year, it's still acceptable. And I'm going to share with you some of the guidelines that have been put by CDC, Center for Disease Control and something. Yes, which is used worldwide, by the way. So I'm going to share with you some of those details. But I'm just giving you a nutshell. It's okay to store milk on the counter. What I usually say is, and I copied this from someone or a researcher. He says 5-5-5. You can choose 5 hours of without refrigeration. Breast milk will still be good. The best period for milk to stay in a fridge is 5 days, and the best period for milk to stay in a freezer is 5 months. So you can tell yourself 5-5-5, okay, or 6-6-6. It's still acceptable because the longer it stays, for example, the longer it stays in a freezer, there's no danger to it. It will not go bad, but it loses its nutritional value. So even though we are saying 5 months, you could choose to just put it in the freezer for 1 month. Because again, the longer it stays, it loses its nutritional value, although it will not go bad. Okay? If you choose to use the storage bags, they go for around $8 in Kenya, depending on the brand. Again, between $8 and say $12, depending on the brand and the sizes you're taking. The storage bottles, you'd get anything again from $8. $8 is for 25 pieces for storage bags. And the good thing about buying good brands, they come with instructions, cautions, like the one I have here has told me, do not fill the bag to above maximum line for safety. It has told you the time, 3 months in fridge is good, in freezer. Please beware of fridge variations. Feed as soon. You see, it gives you instructions. Feed as soon as possible after the bag has been taken out. Buy good brands. If you have decided to express and store milk, buy good brands. If you that is basically about the pricing. Now details of what to do when you're taking it to the fridge. When you're taking it to the fridge, of course, you've expressed milk, you're taking it to the fridge. We've said it can stay for up to 5 days. In the freezer, it could stay up to 5 months. Now, taking it out, when you remove breast milk from the fridge, please use it within 24 hours. Sorry. Within 2 hours. 1 to 2 hours, it should be able to thaw. So it's basically just let go the ice. If it had frozen or it's in the fridge, 1 to 2 hours, it should be able to thaw, and then you give baby. That's why we're saying so in small portions, because 1 to 2 hours, this is basically just almost one feed or two feeds. And if your baby takes 60 ml per feed, then you might want to consider storing just around 100 ml, portions of 100 ml. If your baby takes, say, 90 ml, mine takes 90 per feed. Imagine. Then you might want to store around 120 ml there. Utajua aje mtoto anakunywa maziwa kiasi gani? I'm sure that's a question. These things, watch the video on expressing milk, you will know. All right, you will know. Of course, if you bottle feeding them by now, you know how much your baby takes per feed. So if you've thawed the breast milk and then you give baby in the bottle like this, you're feeding them, of course, with a good bottle, better bottle. If you're feeding them, ensure hiyo imetoka kwa mdomo, the one which baby has already tested. If it goes back to the bottle, it is finished by 2 hours. Ikipita 2 hours and baby has not finished, mama, what do? You throw it away. Hizo ndo challenges kidogo kidogo. Those are the few challenges here and there. You throw it away after 2 hours. In case you have thawed breast milk and it's not been used and baby has not drunk, it has not tested, baby has not tested, you could put it back to the fridge, not freezer. Imetoka freezer, ukaitoa, ikatoa ubaridi wake, then baby did not test. Unaweza irudisha kwa fridge for 24 hours, not freezer. Do not, this is a big one. Do not refreeze. Usiweke maziwa yenye imesha defrost kwa freezer tena. Munasikia? please, dear mama, do not take back to the freezer milk which had already defrosted. Are we together? But ukishatoka kwa fridge, mi wacha tu niwaambie simple thing, the things which I do, ikishatoka kwa fridge ni hivyo. Baby has used it, baby has not used it, ni hivyo. We don't use it, we don't refreeze it again. Okay, you could choose to do that as well, because easy details you can forget. The only thing you might remember is 555, like I said. Okay, so that is basically it. I think it's under most of the things ni hizo. You might also, this one I have a feeling I must explain in Swahili for my Kenyan people and East African people to understand. Number one, tumesema unaweza kutumia tin your container or bags, bora uensure iko airtight. Iko now is that Swahili or English? We have said ukiexpress maziwa unaweza kuitumia for 5 hours kama haujeka kwa fridge, or for 5 days kama iko kwa fridge, or for 5 months kama iko kwa freezer. Details mingi mimi hata sitaki kuambia, because this is critical danger. And then tumesema ukitoa maziwa kwa freezer, ukitoa maziwa kwa freezer uiweke nje, ikadefrost, ikatoa ubaridi wake, please usirudishe kwa freezer. Hiyo ishaisha. In case uliweka maziwa kwa freezer, then for some reason ukihandle vitu zako unaona ilikuwa imekuwa mawe, alafu ikakuja ikakuwa maji, itoe tu itumie within 24 hours. Usiseme ati wacha iendelee kukaa ikue mawe tena. Danger, my people. Mimi hata sitaki kuambia vitu mingi, but I think you've gotten the point. Yeah, I think you've gotten the point. So what are some of the questions people ask? Questions I had, like uli express maziwa ikatoka 40 ml ukaeka kwa freezer, and then after some few hours tena express ikatoka some more 40, and you're feeling like this would make one wacha nieke kwa one storage. Of course now hii ni kama you're dealing with containers, because storage bag ukishaifunga, I would just advise you uifungue siku ile unataka kutumia hiyo maziwa. So yes, you can mix milk from 2 different periods of expressing, but what you must ensure you do ni hiyo maziwa mpya umekuja nayo, hiyo unataka kuongeza kwa hiyo ingine, wache kwanza ipoe, weka kwa fridge kwanza cool, then uongeze kwa freezer. One of the reasons why I don't want to show you my milk and maybe show you these things is because I don't want to interfere with the temperatures. Because ukifungua fridge hivi, kama unless you have these modern fridges, then they regulate temperature even after you open the fridges, temperature is not affected, but most of them ni unafungua hewa baridi inatoka, si ndio? So the same thing, temperature inaweza kuwa altered hapo. So you don't want such things to happen. In fact, I'm encouraging you, ukiweka hizi vitu ndani ya fridge, eka huko ndani ya fridge, usiweke mbele, eka ndani, ndo temperature ya nje isi affect hizo maziwa. When you open the fridge, you want it to remain in its natural best state possible. Sawa. So unaweza mix, lakini jaribu uhakikishe ya kwamba hii mpya yenye unakuja kumix imecool. Ni same maji moto, ukiongeza maji warm kwa maji yenye ishakuwa ice, si utaona hiyo ice ita melt hatutaki imelt alafu tena idefrost kwa maziwa. So ensure imecool kabisa, the coolest possible before you mix them. But mimi hizo ni options zenye maswali, just in case uko na such a question, but I would rather ile ulieka ya kwanza wachana tu nayo iendelee. Hii ya pili tafutia container yake, tafutia bag yake, because unaweza kusahau kuacha ipoe, unaweza sahau. So we don't want those. Kama wewe ni auntie ya mtoto, mama yake amekuacha, I'm sure atakupea instructions, atakwambia vitu za kufanya, but please ensure una observe hygiene kabisa kabisa, hygiene. Usitoe maziwa ya mtoto kwa feeding bottle ati unachemsha kando. Unanisikia? Usifungue fridge kuhesabu. Hakuna kuhesabu. Unaona hata mimi I want to show you but I cannot because hata mimi si expert. I don't want anything to change the temperature of the milk, which I put in a lot of effort to express, and I'm storing for future emergencies. Unajua, I'm sure you've watched foods to boost milk production, but there are some days where you've eaten all that and milk is not there. These are the days stored expressed milk helps you. So kama we ni auntie, just follow instructions to the letter, but pia usicheze na temperature. Usimix. Mtoto akikunywa na ikabaki kwa bottle, mwaga tu. Usiseme ati unasaidia mama mtoto kusave. Sasa unairudisha kwa fridge alafu hautaambia mama mtoto kweli. Wachana na hiyo jokes. Are we together? Hiyo ni mchezo. Another swali lingine unaweza uliza ni how will you know it is safe or imeharibika nini? Number one, if you follow instructions, hizi a few things nimekwambia, itakuwa sawa. It is safe. I've tried it with my child. I've tried it and it is safe. I don't see any problem with them. But also, baby will tell you. Mtoto atakwambia. Ukiweka maziwa kwa mtoto na imespoil, atasukuma ulimi. Atasukuma ulimi because haitest vizuri. But also, wewe kama mama mtoto, utapatia mtoto kitu yenye hujatest? Will you test your milk? Wacha kusema ag. Are you giving baby something which you cannot test? But also it will be, anyway, if you cannot test, itakuwa inanuka. Kama we ni auntie, na maybe all these instructions zimefuatwa or hazikufuatwa, you don't know, umeachiwa maziwa yenye ilikuwa mawe, ukadefrost, but unapatia mtoto, anafanya, sometimes anafanya hivyo because amezoea nyonyo, the softness of nyonyo, and nipple maybe ni ngumu. Utajua aje? One, iko na harufu mbaya, inanuka harufu mbaya sana. But pia angalia vile mtoto anarespond. Mtoto atakwambia, dear mama, I'm always telling you, don't stress about so many things. Your maternal instincts will tell you, and also baby will tell you what is right for them, what is not right. Mtoto akikataa and you're not feeling right about it, usiinsist. By the way, even with the milk, najua you hustled kuipata, kuexpress hadi ukaweka, but mtoto akifanya na we pia you're not feeling right about it, just leave it. Afadhali umwage na haikuwa mbaya kuliko uinsist na kumbe ilikuwa mbaya, si ndio? So don't insist. But basically, it's not easy to, if you just put it, if you follow 555, like I said, it's not easy, and you're keeping them in containers that are airtight. It's not easy to get spoiled milk unless it smells and it tastes sour, maybe something like that. From personal experience, I will share this with you. I don't know, when you give baby milk that has been frozen and defrosted, me find mtoto wangu ana release gases. That is the day there's a lot of true. I don't know if there's a connection. Maybe medics could tell us, or maybe they can do a study to find out what that is. It's just a personal observation. But nothing bad. Si ati tumbo imeharibika or something, they're just okay. But this day I realized gas ni mingi. So you can expect maybe something like that. If you notice the same thing, baby is releasing a lot of gas, I have explained in colic-free babies how to help baby. You can do bicycle movements for them during this time. Just help them release all of it. Massage their stomach so that your gas itoke. If it happens to you, maybe mtoto wangu ana respond different, but basically that's what I do. When I realize there's a lot of gas, we just play tukifanya bicycle movement, baby is happy, but gas inaendelea kutoka. So that's it. I hope you've learned a few things. This is probably maybe the almost the last thing I'll be talking about with regard to breast milk and expressing. And someone just whispered to me also, and I would like to share with you, just in case you're thinking about foods to increase breast milk production, please watch part 1 and 2 of my videos on that. But also, oat milk can increase breast milk production. Yogurt, yes, cheese can increase breast milk production. Stay hydrated as always, as we always advocate. And peanut butter, if you can manage, put some peanut butter on your toast bread. It could also just help you increase breast milk production. You remember when I said sim, I said you could put in some groundnuts. Yes, but it will just increase breast milk production, but ensure you stay hydrated. So just a recap, I've said you could use bags or containers. They cost between $8 to around $30, if that is 800 shillings, and 3,000 Kenyan shillings if you want to buy. But should you not afford them, usiseme ati oh, sasa mimi that's out of my league. You can use containers like this ones. Just ensure they are airtight and well sterilized and maintained, things like that. And also, as you store, one important thing I'd forgotten is ensure you just label your bags or your tins. Ensure you just label them to say, hii maziwa ni ya hii siku, hii maziwa ni ya hii siku. It will help you know how long it has stayed in the fridge or refrigerator. I've said you can express milk. It will stay in the room temperature for up to 5 hours. It will still be good. Up to 5 days in the fridge, it will still be good. And up to 5 months in the freezer, it will still be good. But should it extend to 12 months? It's acceptable, but I'm just telling you, know that the longer the milk stays, it also loses its nutritional values, although it will still be good, but it will lose its nutritional value. And why would we give baby water, pure water? Yes, and I don't want to go into details of mixing. You can mix breast milk from 2 days, just in case you'll remember to follow instructions. Ensure it cools down before before you mix. How will you know it has spoiled? It smells bad, and if you're the mother, you should be able to test. Even hata kama si kumeza, you should be able to test it, test sour. If you are the nanny, watch the baby. Baby will be pushing her or his tongue out, and of course the smell. If it's weird, please don't insist. Don't give anybody's baby bad milk. Unaona tu mtoto amekataa na una insist kunywa. No, 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 no. I know you're good people. I know you're good people. Also, once you defrost milk, please don't freeze it again. Once you defrost, please don't freeze it again. And defrosting, you can put it out, you can let it sit on the counter for 1 to 2 hours, and then you warm it in warm water. Or I don't know if there are any electronics and machines that help warm milk. You can share with me in the comment section. So that's it for storing of expressed milk. I hope you've learned a few things. Please like, share this content. I hope you learn a few things in this channel. Remember to subscribe. That's it. See you on the next one. Bye.